everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am the mermaid, and I hope everyone is doing well. It is the first Saturday of the month of February and the first Saturday for Black History Month. And I woke up this morning and I did my spiritual work as a high priestess. But we come on here and high priest. We come on here. Not sure why it's so dark in here, but we come on here and you see us on a video, but we have a lot of spiritual work that we do on a daily basis. Oh, it's quite that dark, but that's okay. That's okay. Anywho, I saw a video this morning, and Spirit wanted me to give a message anyway, so we're going to tie it all in. And I like to have a little bit of levity jokes to go along with my messages, and I like to and will always use me as an example. Okay, so well, the first message is the man who I grew up thinking was my father is not my father at all. Okay, that's number one. If you're new to the channel, hey, that's number one. Number two, he is very upset. Not only, I think before he passed away, he knew that Monique and I, were not his biological children. He knew that, but he didn't know about the spiritual warfare, and he did not know about the spiritual warfare and the reaching across for my ring light, and he didn't know of the different forms of abuses that um, that were happening in his absence. And I say absence because he was oftentimes out chasing tail, which gave the deranged person that we were left to care for us to wreak havoc on us. Okay, and so his message, he said, Como said for me to send a message, which means that she is not long for this world. And the message, the message that Como said is that the next time when Jabon died, and the next time he see her on the other side, he said he gonna cut her ass. And to make sure that she know that the next time he see her, he gonna cut her ass. That's the message he gave to me to give to her. And I say, hold on. She ain't the only person to blame. Because even if she was a great mother, you weren't often around because you thought she was Dawang. And she couldn't do half of the things that she did if you were around if you come home when night come go home. You come home late. And she took that out on us. And you want to pass on responsibility, but that is the truth. That is the truth. And so that's something, he has a lot of guilt because he didn't know that she was doing obey on him, obey on us, and other things she was doing. So let me segue to so Como oftentimes he always had a gun around, a loaded gun. Who has a loaded gun in their domicile that is not properly put away around their children? A fool. And there was this, and he always told her, don't touch my gun. That's crazy. kids, I mean, especially me, we're going to Jaja. And he one night he came home. I don't know. One night, maybe I went to the restroom. I listen. All I know is I I look and I see he had the gun on the table, and I was like, okay. Immediately I went to pick it up. I picked it up. It was very heavy. I was 7 years old. I was 7 years old, and I pick up the gun and my hand dropped down because the thing was heavy. And now Mermaid should have put the gun down. But no. A mermaid in the back of her mind, I knew it was loaded. And I bust off, I tried to bust off one, right? I didn't even have enough strength to, to press it. And, and then I pressed it hard the second time. The gun went off at like 4 in the morning. What is Mermaid doing up? It was like 4 in the morning. He come home. Where you coming on them? Well, anyway, that's their business. But I pressed the button, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and all the neighbors them had to hear that. And I pressed it, and then the walls was cement, and it with the bullet, because they shoot me again, the bullet went into the wall a little bit, but then it ricocheted. And God was so annoyed. God like moved my shoulder so the bullet it didn't graze me. It didn't graze me. But God moved my shoulder, and then the bullet, Miss Luke, it went through the living room. God, he put it on the kitchen table. Everybody come out. Monique didn't come out. I don't know if she was scared or she didn't hear. She didn't come out. And then they come out, right? Jabon was like, "What are you doing?" Oh, by the way, after they gone, the bullet, I start screaming the song. So maybe they thought I get shot. Me, let's say 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't know. And then this is what he tell me. And then I don't know what she said to him very calmly. I don't know what she said to him. But she told him, that's what he tell me. I was more mature than these two people. He told me that I get him in trouble. You hear what I telling you, are you? He tell me that I get him in trouble. You left a loaded firearm in a home with children. I told him you could have put it. I said you could have put it on top of the fridge. We wouldn't know it was there. But you were too lazy. You're too stupid. I didn't say stupid. I mean, you're too lazy to even do that. To just put your hand up high. You don't have no more energy because you were screwing everything on the island. You had enough energy for that. To put it up there. Or put it in the cabinet. Not in the cabinet, but put it on top of the fridge. But because of that incident, I guess I don't know, he felt guilty and he started coming home on time and not leaving. It's two things. He used to come home for dinner every night. That's okay. Every night he come home for dinner. But then, unbeknownst to me, he used to say going to see a friend. I don't know if he was home. I don't know anything. Again, I was 7. But around that time, some binding work. Okay, some binding work was being done on me in the evening when he left. But because of the gun incident and because he wasn't leaving at night, they were not able to complete this type of binding they wanted to put on my root. There's no reason for this room to be dark like this. But anyway, they could not complete the binding work. She used to have people coming at night, and I don't know. They say they pray, but they ain't pray. I listen and wherever, and they used to often. Jabon used to often put me in bush bath, but that anyway. Spirit wants me to let fathers know how important your presence is in the life of your children. Okay? How important is it like this? That's better, yes. That is much better. You see how I adjusted the light? If you're not comfortable with something in your life, please make adjustments. It's still dark. They're messing with my phone. That's why I went live because I want to do a cute. I tell her, I want to do a cute little video, but they're like that. I ready for carnival. I'm telling you. Point to my back pocket. I ready. I'm telling you. I'm gonna watch class. I ready. I am ready for carnival. Um. So, fathers, it is very important for you to be present in the life of your children. You are to be their protector and their provider. Not just money, emotional. Be there for your children and yourself. I saw a video earlier. Let's see. Okay, I won't be on too long. I saw a video earlier today, and a mother received a phone call. Her son, I don't know, maybe he's 12. He's been having a little bit of issue at school, and the principal called and said, "You need to come and pick him up. That he has been fighting." And she was very upset. She was worried. But at the time, and women, let's be honest, she was more worried about her husband's reaction because her husband is emotionally unavailable. He'd a ball out to everybody in the house. He doesn't know how to speak. He has no communication skills. He's not emotionally available. He's not emotionally intelligent. And all he had to do is ball out to these children. And let's be honest. And instead of being able, and so that tells me something right away. Instead of being able to be emotionally available to be a mother to these children, she walking on eggshells around the stupid man she married. If he bawling out at them, he beating them too. And in the previous video, we talked about, the damaging effects of that. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes, but that's one way to do it. Some people might need a little touch up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whoosh, they need a little touch. They need a little touch. But you're using, your hand, you can use your hand and wherever it is, up to a certain amount or something, just to wake them up. You don't try to kill them. So their side is going to school. She's going to school and she contacted her husband as well. Her husband's gonna meet her from work. And again, she's not able to be emotionally available because she herself is going through the Hunger Games with this man she married. I'm not advocating everyone to get divorced, but it's like, listen, if you can't stop what you're doing, some gotta give. And if you see, oh, okay, and Spirit also wanted to say, so this young man who his father is always emotionally abusing him, maybe physically abusing him. This is the type of young man that goes to school, and perhaps the boy who was bullying him at school reminded him of his father. And he decided that today was enough is enough, and that he was going to stand up and defend himself. And this is a type of young man, where he sees those guys in gangs, and he's a perfect, are you creating a perfect candidate for gangs? And he see them boy having money, temporary baby, money, and what he think, and they stick together and they protect each other. And then he goes out there. And then he goes out there and he joins them. And there's only two places he's gonna go: juvie and juvie, or in the ground. Okay. Sometimes there are two parts to this. Sometimes, depending on how the severity of it, the man may not realize that again, is a generational pattern to be emotionally distant from you, especially your boy children, and not to love them, or not to show emotion, or not to be soft, and not to be this, and not to be that. Woo! Let's put an end to that. And there is something that you can do if you have a child who is going through a little bit of a rough period, or if you have a child that I don't know, they really don't like to talk up their, not that you're doing anything wrong, male or female. There's always a solution. There's always a crystal. I bought this crystal a few years ago, and it is the blue calcite, and it is a wonderful stone. Okay, I call it the student stone. It let me read. It helps to call. It helps with communication. It amplifies learning. Did you hear what I said? It helps with retention. Okay, of information. It soothes your nerves. It lifts. It can assist with lifting anxiety and regulating your emotions. Okay, three. Okay, and so yes, fathers need to protect their children and be the Lion King. Let me show you what it looks like. Dun, dun, dun. I can see. This is the blue calcite. Now, this is a big A piece of it. This is one of my. This is my second. I think this is my second largest crystal in my house. I have a huge amethyst as well. Okay. And so the blue calcite parents, you can get a little sliver of it, and you can even you can keep it around. They said it's good for parents too. When you're working, the blue calcite, you're having a meeting, just keep it in your office, where you in your work environment, your learning environment. It keeps everything calm. It just it's actually very similar to our good friend the selenite wand. They go well together. As well. Okay, and yeah, I'm not going to keep this video too long. Let me let's see. Let's pull 3 cards. Being a parent is it's a new adventure, is it not? Look here. I like this card. It's like if Mr. Rogers was a dad. Isn't that cute? All right, so let's pull 3 cards. Parents, what? Parents, hello. Any suggestion for dads? There are a lot of good dads, but a lot of us have not had any positive physical, any positive couples or parents that we could mirror, and that comes to an end because it starts with us. Okay, all right. Look on that. Well. Okay, so the Empress card came out, but what this is telling me, look here, can you see? The Empress card came out, but what that's telling me is that, you have to be balanced and getting in contact with you, come in contact and balance your feminine side, okay? And, stop saying that everything, that's gay, that's not, okay? Okay, well, looky here. And this is true. Okay, this is true. These are the cards that came out. And it's true. It's 100% true. If you want a healthy relationship, wow, now the light, you see the shit? If you want a healthy relationship with your children, you have to respect their mother. Okay, listen. Whether you guys, your family, whether you live in separate houses or not. I just want to say, some people freak out. You are still a family if you're divorced in some ways. When you're raising children. But if you want a healthy relationship with your children, you have to respect their mother. Listen, she might be what she is. Just don't say it around them. Yeah. You cannot fight the mother of your children. You cannot fight the mother of your children and expect to have a healthy relationship with you know, with the kids. You know, for some people, co-parenting is Hell. Okay, and that's unfortunate. But you can say whatever you want when the kids are around, and don't say anything on social. You know, in many cases, that can cost you as far as other things. But look at here, justice. The justice card came out, which is, you know, spirit is telling you, um, you know, people need to invest in the people. What is something that I say? You take care of the people that take care of you. You know, some people you can, you know, you can let your wife know, you know, you've been looking nice lately, or, you know, I really appreciated last night's dinner. Is there anything you need me to pick up from? Let her know. You know, I'm on my way home. Do you need me to pick anything up? Bring her flowers. There are things you can do. Okay, there are things you can do, sir. And I suggest you get to it. All right. So to recap, we have the blue calcite, um, co-parenting. What did they say? Co-parenting doesn't have to be a war. And yeah, you guys have a great Saturday. Looky here, looky here. I haven't put these earrings in a while. I'm getting ready to go out and have a bite to eat, and you know, do what mermaid does. You guys have a wonderful Saturday, and I will see you on the next video. Blue calcite, take care.